Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to answer a question that I've gotten a few times, and we're going to answer this question by way of demonstration. This is regarding the Bentley disposable butane cartridge that we have fitted with a wick and made a refillable petrol insert. This one has a windscreen on it. These lighters spark really well, but the problem is that when they were originally marketed, these were butane lighters that you couldn't refill the tank, you just exchanged them. So you threw this one out, put a new one in. So what we have done is drilled out the burner valve and use that as the chimney for our wick. And in this particular example, we have installed a fill screw up here in the hump, which works just fine. You saw it light up there just a second ago. I mentioned these spark really well. So it seemed a shame to me that there wouldn't be a way. And I know that there have been people who have fitted these with an inlet valve so that you could refill it with butane. And maybe we'll get around to that at some point, but I don't work on butane, so it hasn't really interested me to do that. But it is a cool little project to fit this little sparking mechanism with a wick insert that may be suffering from a little bit of vapor lock there. But fitting this with a wick insert so that you can actually use it, as opposed to most folks who, when they find that cartridge is not refillable, then it's probably just going to go in the trash. So it is a worthwhile project to undertake, and you can end up with a decent working lighter out of it. Different embellishments that come on these cases. There are differences in some of the striking mechanisms. As I said, you can see this one has a windscreen. Most of them do not. But the question that I get is how to replace the flint or the flint stone in one of these. And the answer is going to be to flip up this little lever underneath. That's the way it all folds up to fit back together and to work. You will pull this little lever down, and then that will move the little arm out of the way that puts tension on the flint. At that point, then you can drop your flint out of it. So if you're dealing with one of these that you've just bought on eBay, or maybe you had a loved one pass on and this was something that you inherited, then there's a good chance that your flint is not going to still be intact, that it has degraded and turned to dust or concrete inside of that tube, which at that point you're going to need to use a 3/32 or smaller drill to drill that out. You're going to have to be very careful because that tube is obviously not closed, and that gives the opportunity for the drill bit to grasp a hold of the side of that tube where it's open and torque the whole thing and damage your lighter beyond repair. So keep that in mind if you are just digging into your lighter and trying to get it to work, that if you try to put a flint in there and it still won't spark, chances are there is a degraded flint inside that tube that needs to be drilled out. It's easy enough to do. You've seen us do it on a million other lighters. I can't recall whether we've actually done it on a Bentley Butane lighter or not. But this particular Bentley lighter, get that grooved and sparking again. This particular Bentley mechanism has been converted, as we said, so it wouldn't necessarily be right to continue to call it a Bentley Butane, but it is the Bentley Butane to Petrol, Refillable Petrol insert project that we've been working on over the last few years. And there's probably some improvements that could still be made, and I would be happy to see any of those that any of you have made while doing this project. You know, if you put a inlet valve so that you can fill it up with butane, I'd be interested to see that. If you put a fill valve so that you can fill up your petrol lighter insert a little bit easier than through the collar of that drilled out burner valve. That's the way that we had initially made this to work, but it's a lot easier with that fill valve back on the hump of the insert. I haven't messed with these in a while, so if it doesn't exactly look like it's burning dependably, you can blame it on that. But the fact is, this video was to demonstrate how to replace the Flint, which it's all done very easily with this mechanism here. As I said, lift that, that's going to raise the arm that's putting pressure on the Flint. You can drill the old Flint out if it is degraded in there. You're just going to have to be really careful. It would probably be best to try to do that by hand as to using an electric drill where you're going to not have as much control over it. And like I said, the grooves in that drill are going to have a tendency to grab a hold of where this tube is open and torque it around and possibly do irreparable damage to the lighter. So any way around it, it can be made into a working lighter that is a value asset to you when you need it, even if you can't get it to take butane or don't want to mess with the conversion to put a fill valve in it. You can drill out this collar. You can unscrew that and fill it through there. That's the way that we originally did it. Or you can fit it with a fuel screw like we did back here. Either way, work well enough, especially if your lighter has not been overfilled and now suffering from vapor lock, which is basically where we're at this morning. As I just filled it up in preparation to make this video, and it does look like it's sparking well, but not so reliable to light. I think it will be a little bit better once it calms down from the vapor lock. But as stated, the purpose of this video was to show you how to replace the Flint, and you can always drill that out if it's necessary. And then, like I said, they do spark well and can be dependable lighters when converted over to this petrol wick system. Until next time.